Welcome to this amazing channel named Geeks for Geek School, and my name is Gaurav Kumar Jain, and today in this tutorial we are going to see how with the help of microbit chip we can generate different kind of gestures, right? So let's not waste the time and straight away dive into the platform. So for accessing the Tinkercad platform, we simply have to type tinkercad.com in the URL of the browser over here, and once you'll hit the enter button you will land on your dashboard if you're already signed in into this platform. If you don't have your account on this platform and you want to know the way you can create your own account on this platform, so do check out the very first tutorial I shooted on this platform. So in that very first tutorial I taught about how you can create your own account on this platform, and also the basics of this platform, the about the interface, how can you design virtual circuits, and what is Tinkercad actually. So all those things are covered by me in the very first tutorial I shooted for this platform. So if you don't know about the basics and you want to learn the advanced concepts, so you have to go through the basic things first. The basic things should be clear to you. Until and unless the basics are clear to you, you will not be able to get a good understanding of the advanced concepts, right? And before I begin creating the circuit on this amazing virtual environment, let me tell you about something very amazing. So Geeks for Geeks has come up with 100% scholarship, and it's for you guys. Now how can you avail that 100% scholarship, and what all things we are providing to you guys in that 100% scholarship? That's what I would like to tell you. So for that I will have to come to my channel, the name of which is Gaurav Kumar Jain, and you can see right on the top in my channel we have a banner over there. So just give me a short moment, let me get myself redirected on my channel. Okay, so that's my channel, and as you can see right on the top in this banner we have this scholarship tests banner over here, and we have this register now button also. So if you want to get yourself, if you want to register yourself for this competition, click this button and automatically you will get redirected to a web page where you will find all the information related to this course, right? So Geeks for Geeks has come up with this test. If you pass this test you will get 100% scholarship. You will be given DSC training, data structure and algorithm. You will be taught in the online coding classes, that too free of cost, right? So don't miss this chance. Do go ahead and just go ahead and register yourself for this course. You are going to take away many things from this course. You're going to learn many things in the online coding classes that will provide you in the if you become successful in scoring well in the exam, and you become successful in getting this 100% scholarship, then the coding classes which we guys will be providing you in that scholarship are going to benefit you a lot, right? You are going to learn a lot of things in those coding classes, and definitely it will be a milestone for you, right? Besides that, certificates will also be provided to all of you. So do go ahead and do check out this scholarship test on our main website. You can check it out and just fill the form, register yourself for this competition, right? Thank you very much. And now let's move to this environment. So we need to come on this circuits, and then we can click on this create new circuits option, which will redirect us to a virtual environment on which we can create virtual circuits. If you don't know about, if you're new on this platform, so I would request you to just go and check out the very first tutorial I shooted for this platform, in which I explained about everything related to the basic part. For example, these tools which you are able to see right on the top over here on this interface, one by one I explained each and every tool over here, present over here, which are able to see over here, and also I explained all these options that are visible to you over here in the left side of this window. Right, so make sure the basics are clear to you, otherwise you'll find these advanced concepts a little bit boring, or you can say a little bit tough, right? And you will, you'll leave it. You'll leave this platform and you'll leave the hope. Fine, but I don't want that to happen. It's a very simple platform. What I say to my students is that if I can learn these things, then it is possible to for anyone to learn these amazing things, right? Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to pull the microbit chip. So we can simply, no, we can select all from here, and simply when we, if you'll write this micro, so that's the microbit chip. I am putting it over here, microbit board you can say. Okay, now the second thing that I need is, just give me a short moment, I forgot the name of that component. I need to scroll down this list for finding that component. It's push button. Yeah, it's push button. Now I just I was able to recall it. Okay, so I need 3 push buttons. So that's the first one. Let's create a duplicate of this push button. So for doing that, we can simply Control C and Control V, and we can place it over here. Right, then we can Control C and Control V again, and we can place it over here. Right, now let's select this green wire, and I'm going to connect this P0 terminal of microbit with this terminal 1B of this push button. Similarly, I'm going to do the same thing for these two terminals also. Let's connect this P1 to terminal 1B of this second push button, and terminal P2 to this terminal 1B of this third push button. Right, so that's how you can connect all the switches to this microbit. Now in order to define a complete circuit, we need to connect the terminal 2 of all these circuits, of all these push buttons, to this ground pin. Right, if you have seen my previous lectures, then you must be knowing about why I'm going to connect this terminal 2A with this ground pin, because it refers to the ground. Right, so let's select the black wire as I always do. So I'm going to first connect this terminal 2A with the ground pin of microbit. Let's do the same thing for this terminal 1A also. Done. And sorry, not, I need to connect this terminal. Perfect. Then we can connect this terminal. Okay, so now that's, just a second, yeah, perfectly fine. So now it's a complete circuit which you are able to see over here. Let me tell you one more time what all things I have done till now. So I dropped a microbit chip over here, then I drag and dropped one push button and created 2 duplicates of that push button, and the terminal 1A 1B of this first push button, I connected it to this P0. Then same thing I did with these 2 push buttons also. I connected the terminal 1B of these push buttons with P1, and of this switch 3 push button 3 to this P2. Then I connected this terminal 2A of this first push button to this ground pin, and same thing I did with these 2 push buttons also. Right, so we are done with creating the circuit. Let me now check the comment section. If you have any queries, let me tell you that I think I haven't reminded you about this thing. If you have any queries related to whatever we are doing right now, and whatever we have completed till now. So you guys, if you have any issues related to anything, please put it in the comment section so that I can see those queries and I can help you in resolving those queries. Right? If you will sit quietly, you will not do anything. I will not be able to come to know about your queries, right? Until and unless you'll share your things with me, I'll not be able to come to know whether you are able to understand these things which we are doing right now or not. So make sure that whatever you're learning, even if you learned something new today or from my previous lectures, it will be great if you'll put it in the comment section. Definitely it is going to motivate me to do some more better things, right? It will be like an appreciation for me. So I would request you that if you have learned something good from my lectures, please share it with me. Definitely it is going to motivate me and I will be able to make many more good lectures for you guys. And thank you very much for all the efforts and all the interest that you are showing in my videos. Thank you so very much, and please do not forget to like and share these videos, because we want the other students who want to learn coding to come to our platform and know about these amazing things that we guys are teaching, right? Okay, let's now move to the coding section. So we are already done with defining this complete circuit. The next thing that comes is the coding part. Let's fetch the coding window. So you can simply click on this code button for accessing the coding workspace. That's the one I was talking about. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do is we need what I want is I want to control the gestures which we'll be seeing over here through these LEDs. There are some LEDs on this microbit chip. I'm talking about these white strips. These are LEDs. So with these LEDs, I'm going to show you some gestures. For example, if I'll click this button A, I would like to see A getting reflected over here. Right now, how with these LEDs I can form an A when this microbit circuit is in running mode. Let's check it out. So we need to come on this coding workspace, and from here we can simply use this where's that button, just give me a short moment trying to find that block which we can make use of for controlling this button A's function. Where is that? Yeah, that's the one I was looking for. So on button A pressed, when button A will be pressed, I would like to see A getting reflected over here. Now how can we do that? So there is this output block named show string, right? So you can simply put this show string over here, and whatever thing you want to see over on this microbit, so that's what you can mention over here. So I would like to see A getting reflected. Let's see whether we'll be able to get the required output or not. So I'm hitting this start simulation button. So the circuit will be on very soon. Yeah, it's on right now. Now if, as you can see, we have these three buttons, but we are not going to use it for now because we haven't defined any code for these three buttons. We have defined some code for this button A. Let's see whether the code is going to give us the right output or not. So we need to click this button A first. Okay, so we are able to see this A getting reflected over here. So the code that we defined in the coding workspace, it is working perfectly fine. On hitting this button A, we are able to see this A, and these LEDs, which are there on the microbit chip, they are forming this A. Let me stop the simulation process and access the coding section again. Okay, the way I define the code for this button A, similarly I can define the same code for button B also. But if the user will press button B, I would like something else to be there on the microbit. So we are not going to follow the same steps. we can simply right click on this and we can duplicate this code. So when button B will be pressed, what should happen? So we can change it to B like this. Let's see whether we'll be able to get the required output or not. So let's start the simulation process. And if I click this button A, okay, so I'm able to see A getting reflected over here. And if I'll click this button B, okay, so it has changed to a beautiful B, right? And if I'll click on A again, it will change to an amazing A. So that's the beauty of microbit circuit, and it's very easy. I know that you all will be able to design it if you will try it out. Make sure that whatever you're learning from this class, whatever you're learning from my classes or from other classes, try to experience those things practically. If you will understand everything with a practical approach, definitely you are going to take away many things. You are going to learn many things out of that. Why I'm saying practical approach is important? Just because if you have practical approach towards something, you will be able to implement that thing in your general life, right? In your day-to-day life, you will be able to use that thing, and that too in a very easy way. So it's better if you'll start experiencing these practical things practically. Try to gain hands-on experience as much as possible. Right. Okay, so I'm stopping the simulation. Let's come back on this coding panel, and as you can see, I have these three buttons also over here. Can we define the code for these three buttons? Yes, we can. Now, how to define the code for these three buttons? I will tell you that, but let me first check the comment section if I have anything to answer or not. I hope this time I am going to get a lot of appreciation, and also I will be okay. So I'm on this comment section. I'm not able to see any queries. Benti Chaudhary, hello dear. I hope you are enjoying this lecture. Your name is Bunty, right? Okay, Prayansh, you are also there. Welcome, beta. I hope you all are enjoying this lecture. In case you come across any issue, if you are not able to understand anything, do share it with me, so that I can explain it to you again. I can repeat that thing again, and those things can be more clear to you guys, right? And do not forget to like and share this video, please, so as to make it reach the maximum students possible, because this channel really requires it, right? We really require it, not because of us, it's because of the students who want to learn to code, right? And we don't want anyone to pay high amount of money to some big company for learning these amazing things. Yes, they are amazing and they are beautiful, but we don't want you to pay to us or to some other company for learning these things. We are teaching you these things free of cost. Yes, these are some advanced things which you can learn, and you can create something new out of it. Okay, let's now define the code for these three buttons over here. So we need to access the coding section again, and the first thing which I am going to do is the way I define the code for this button B. In the same way, I'm going to define the code for this P0 pin also. We can simply right click on this block and create a duplicate of this button. I'm putting it over here. So if this, okay, because it's a pin, sorry, we cannot make use of this on button. We'll have to make use of some other basic block, and it's going to be pin, yeah, because we connected these external push buttons to these pins of the microbit. So that's the block you can make use of. So on pin P0, if this pin will be on, so what should happen? I would like to see a number getting reflected on microbit, and that number should be for that I think we can make use of this show number block, yeah. So that number will be 0. Okay, let's run this, start the simulation process. So for switching on this P0, we need to click on this, we need to click this push button. Let's push it. Okay, so we are able to see this beautiful 0 over here, right? And if I click on A, okay, so I'm able to see this amazing A. And if I click on B, let's see what's gonna happen. It has changed to beautiful B. If I click on this push button again, it has changed 0, right? So that's how you can create different kind of gestures. Let's define the code for the remaining 2 buttons also quickly. So we can simply duplicate this block. I'm putting it over here. Let's change it to P1. Let's duplicate it again and I'm putting it over here. Okay, so here I need to change it to 1, because if P1 is on, I would like to see 1 getting reflected, and if P2 is on, I would like to see 2 getting reflected, right? Okay, so I think we are almost done. Let's start the simulation process. If I'll click this button, okay, so 0 is what we are getting over here. If I'll click on this, okay, so it's 1. If I'll click on this, it's 2. If I'll click on this, it's A. And if I'll click on this, let's click this B button, and it has changed to B, right? So that's how you can generate different kind of gestures. Let me check out the comment section again. If I have anything to answer, I would like to answer that first before moving to the last part of this tutorial. Thank you very much, Priyansh, for appreciating the efforts, dear. Students like you really matters to teachers like us, right? Respect is extremely important for both of us, for the teachers also, and it's equally important for the student also. Thank you so very much, dear, for appreciating the efforts. Okay, now let's move to the next part. For that we need to access the coding section again. So that's the code which we have defined till now. I am shifting to this left side a little bit. Just a second. Yeah, now it is perfect. Okay, now let's define the code for this thing. So when you on the circuit, that's the microbit 1 we see, right, when the circuit is on. Now can we control the gestures with that thing? Let's check it out. So we have some blocks with the help of which we can produce gestures by that thing which appears, which we see when the circuit is in running mode. So for that, let me just show you the blocks first. So you can make use of this block on shake. So when it will be shaked, I would like to see let's say a number, and what is going to be that number which I would like to see. Okay, 5. Right, now let me just run this simulation process, and if I now shake it a little bit, so I can see this beautiful 5 over here. Isn't it amazing? Right, I just shaked it. Let me change it to A first. Okay, and if I now click on this for shaking it, okay, it has changed to 5, right? It has changed to 5. So I think with the help of this, okay, just a second. Yeah, with the help of this I can shake it. Right, with the help of this I can shake it. Let's click on this button B. So it's B which is getting reflected right now on this microbit. If I now shake it a little bit, so why it's not happening? Okay, so it has changed to 5. It takes a little bit of time, but it shows us the output, right? It's working perfectly fine and it's looking amazing, right? Okay, so we have some buttons over here. Let me just show it to you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons we have. This one is for shake. Let's see how can we code for these rest of the 4 buttons. So we need to stop the simulation. Let's duplicate this code, and if the user will okay, let's select this free fall. So on free fall, 3 should be visible to us. On this 3G, okay, so I would like to see 6, and then on this 6G, I would like to see 7, and let me duplicate it one more time. On 8G, I would like to see 8. Right, let's start the simulation process and see whether we'll be able to get the required output or not. So if I'll click on this, 5, if I'll click on this, 3 is visible to us. If I'll click on this, okay, so it has changed to 6, and if I'll click on this, it has changed to 7, and if I'll click on this, it has changed to 8. So it's amazing, and I'm enjoying it a lot. Seriously, I'm enjoying it a lot. Just try to define the code yourself and try to create this amazing circuit yourself. You are also going to enjoy this one lot. Okay, let me check the comment section one and the last time, because I'm almost done with everything. I have explained each and everything related to the designing part, and also I've explained each and everything to you guys related to the coding part. If you have any queries, if you have any questions, please do put them in the chat section so that I can reply to your queries, and things can be more clear to you guys, right? Okay, so that's the code, and let me just show you what all things I have done. So that's the complete circuit which I defined over here. For that, I made use of microbit chip. I made use of 3 external push buttons, and I connected each of them to each of these 3 pins over here. Then I connected the terminal 2A of each of these 3 push buttons to the ground pin, right? And finally, finally after creating this amazing complete circuit, I defined this coding thing in this coding workspace. So when the button A will be pressed, so it will show us A. When button B will be pressed, it will show us B. On pin P0, when you will switch on P0 pin, so 0 will be visible to you on the microbit. P1, for P1 we have 1, for P2 we have 2. If you'll shake it a bit, so you'll get 5. If you will, for free fall we have 3. For 3G we have 6, for 6G we have 7, and for 8G we have 8. Right, so that's it from my side in this lecture. Hope you guys enjoyed this one a lot. Thank you very much for being there with me in this tutorial. Don't forget to like and share this video, and also don't forget to put your experience in the comment box so that we can get motivated with your positive comments. And definitely if you have any new idea in your mind, you're most welcome to share it with me, right, so that I can give you the tutorials on that platform also. If you want me to give tutorials on some other platform, definitely you can share with me the name of that platform. Put it in the comment section. I'll check it out, and I'll try to provide you the tutorials of that platform also, right? Thank you very much all of you for being there with me in this tutorial. Have a great day, and have a great life. Bye bye everyone. See you in the next lecture very soon.